into the quarterfinals we go now with Nigeria up against Angola, of course, for a spot in the semis. Who's going to go through? Who's going to go home? We're going to take a little look. Prediction video. Who, of course, looking forward to a Nigeria-Angola quarter-final in the AFCON with, of course, a spot in the last four. The semi-finals, of course, up for grabs. Who will take it? Who will go home? We'll get to that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons you are. And again, if you're new, though, subscribe. Your one-stop shop for the AFCON continues, of course. So, anyway, let's get into the deep end and preview the game, of course. We're looking forward to this one. Coming at you at the 2nd of the 2nd. That's Friday, of course, at the Stade Felix Houphouët-Boigny, of course. Now it will be Nigeria up against Angola, locking horns in this match. But let's take a look at how we got to the stage with, of course, a recap of Nigeria qualifying as Group A winners, of course, who secured their spot on the 18th of June, 2023. It's their 20th finals. 2021 was their last. Of course, they were champions back in 1980, 1994, and 2013. Jose Pacierio is your manager, still there, of course. Victor Osimhen to go there is your star man. Of course, 10-1 to go the distance. I did predict them to get to the quarterfinals, but now I might have to revisit that whole prediction because I didn't expect to see them up against this opposition. No disrespect to Angola, but recapping the results here, of course, for Nigeria qualified as runners-up in Group A. And, of course, who'd have thunk Group A would have imagined would have taken a spin like this? Of course, they did kick it off with a 1-1 draw against Equatorial Guinea. Everybody thought that was, of course, a major downgrade. But, of course, they dug deep and, of course, picked up a 1-0 win over hosts Ivory Coast and then followed that up with a 1-0 win over Guinea-Bissau. So far in the group stage anyway, just the one goal conceded. They continued that clean sheet run with a 2-0 win over Cameroon in the, of course, last 16, of course, to set up this airtight defence for them, which, of course, it looks like they're building their a title challenge on. But, of course, they have to get past Angola first. Let's take a look at those key players at the back there. Uzo, Onumachembe, Abasi, Jai, Aina, Iwobi, and Ndidi, Onyeka as well. Simon Isonoman and Chukwueze up top. Those, of course, are the key individuals for Nigeria. What about Angola? Of course, surprise packages, of course. Group E runners up 7th of September 2023 is when they qualified. 9th of September, 9th finals for them. 2019 was the last. Quarterfinals was their best back in 2008 and 2010. Pedro Goncalves is your manager there. Mbala and Zola, the star man. 150 to 1 to go the distance at the start of the tournament. I did think they would crash out at the group stages, but they're here, and they're here on merit. Not only did they qualify, but they qualified in style, topping Group D, ahead of the likes of Algeria and Burkina Faso as well. They did pick up a 1-1 draw against Algeria. They followed that up with a 3-2 win over Mauritania, and then, of course, kicked ass and took names against Burkina Faso. Into the last 16 they went with a 3-0 demolition job of Namibia, of course. They did pick up a red card, which, of course, will be problematic for this quarterfinal against Nigeria. But let's take a look at the key men that got them to the stage. We've got Nambulu between the sticks, Freddie, Gaspar, Buwatu, To, Augusto, Milson, Kalano, Mabulu, Show, Levombo as well. Those are the star men. What about the numbers then? Now, these two sides have played each other twice. So 2005, one for Nigeria, nothing for Angola, one draw. Of course, Nigeria, the 2-1 win, their biggest and their only win, scoring 3 goals in total, 1.50 goals a game as of recording. As for Angola, yet to get a win against Nigeria, 2 goals scored, though, as a goal a game on average. They are unbeaten in the last 7 matches. That's 75% form for them heading into this. That's 3 wins on the spin, of course. Meanwhile, Nigeria on 67% form for them right now, 3 wins on the spin as well, unbeaten in the last 4. Of course, and looking to continue off where they left off last time, which was a 2-1 win. In the quarterfinal stage, when these two sides last met in January 2018, it was in the African Nation Cup way back when. Of course, the goals for Nigeria coming from Adam Lukman. He's chipped in with a couple so far. Gelson Dala's got himself 4 so far. Mabulu's got himself 3. As, of course, Angola rocking, 9 goals scored in the competition so far compared to Nigeria's 4. The bookies' odds on this one, we have Nigeria 10-7 on for the victory. 23-10 is the draw, and 5-1 is, of course, the Angolans on this one. But quick look at the public vote. 82% have gone with Nigeria, which, of course, is understandable, and 18% have gone with Angola on this one. Now, there's been many shocks and surprises, of course, in this AFCON, but I'm not going to give it to you here. I'm going to give it a straight up and down 1-0 win for Nigeria with an airtight defence on this one, of course, and that is matched by the Nigerians as 15-8 favourites to go the distance on this one. Angola 20-1 underdogs to go the distance on this one. So I'm imagining a Super Eagles victory into the semi-finals. But who will they take on? We'll, of course, come back for those another day, guys. Of course, we look forward to it until then. But be safe out there. Subscribe. Catch you later. Of course, keep on watching the content. And, of course, making yourself heard with a big old like. Until then, we're done.